And then you look at his wife, Rebecca. Rebecca's filled with deception. I wrote down a famous quote, "Oh, what a tangled web we weave when we first practice deceiving." Remember, faith is living without scheming. Faith is living without scheming. And faith means to obey God no matter how I feel. No matter what I think I see. That I trust in what I know to be true. Faith, obedient faith, was the secret of Abraham's life. But it's absent. It's absent in his son Isaac and his wife Rebecca. Well, how do you see Rebecca? Rebecca's deception. Well, first of all, she's seen eavesdropping. When Isaac sent for Esau to come to the tent, Rebecca noticed it. She stayed close. She wanted to learn what was going on. Later on, when Esau received the plan to kill his brother, Rebecca, she's also there. She hears it. She's adept to the idea of eavesdropping, keeping abreast of what's going on in her family. But it's tragic. It's tragic when she's once so dedicated to the Lord that now she seems to be working against the Lord and His plan. How do you see Rebecca? Not only eavesdropping, but you see her in scheming. Knowing that Jacob was chosen to receive the covenant blessing, Rebecca immediately took matters into her own hands to make sure that her favorite son got what the Lord had promised him. She and Jacob talked when Isaac was talking to Esau. I don't know, perhaps. But certainly, Rebecca chose to control the situation, even controlling Jacob and to deceive her husband. Isaac was depending upon his own physical senses, but Rebecca was depending upon the wisdom of this world. She outlined her plan so quickly, you got to think that maybe she had thought about it beforehand. She had this planned out. Scheming, eavesdropping. Finally, you see her bowing. You see Jacob saying, "Oh, wait a minute. I can't lie to my dad." What does she say? "Let all of the curse that would fall upon you for deceiving and lying to your dad fall upon me." The day we live in, people don't take vows very seriously, do they? We don't think about the vow that people take with husband and wife. They don't take that seriously. 50% of all the marriages today end up in divorce, and 50% of all the Christians who go to church on Sunday morning, they don't make it 34 years. They don't take their vows seriously. Commitment has been thrown out the window. Individuals that one minute would say, "I would never hurt you. I will never stab you in the back. I will never talk about you behind your back. I will never, ever do anything that would hurt you." The right moment, the right time, the daggers come out. That's the day we live in. In churches, as well as in the Elks Club, there's no difference. No difference to our shame. Rebecca cries out, "Let the curse fall on me!" By the way, it did. That was the last time that she saw her son, when she packed him up and sent him down the road. If it feels good, then good. That's a philosophy. The end justifies the means. And seemingly, families is no different. Money gets in the way. You know what people are thinking of when somebody dies? Oh, it's terrible, but it's true. What did they leave? Who's going to get what? How's it going to be divided up? What can I get out of the deal? How can I take advantage of this situation? Christians I'm telling you is we're just as bad. We dress up real nice on Sunday morning. We put our God face on. We look so holy and righteous. While on the inside, our hearts are calloused and far from God. Our mind turns to Jacob. Jacob's on the defense his entire life. Seemingly, he's constantly on the defense. In cooperating with the scheme, Jacob was only obeying his mother, but he could have refused. It suggested that they face the situation honestly and confront Isaac. But once Jacob was done with Esau's clothes and took the savory meal in his hand, the die was cast, and he played the part perfectly. Not only lies about his name, says, "Are you not Jacob, my second-born son?" "Oh no, I'm Esau. I'm your firstborn son." Then Jacob says, "Well, how are you so successful? How did you get to go out there and hunt and you found the game so quickly and prepared it so readily?" And Jacob's faced with question, and he's faced with lying again. One lie always leads to what? Another lie. Bigger than the lie before, doesn't it? Always. I mean, if I could pick on Dwayne here with the company, isn't it an amazing thing that the guy, it starts out if he could just walked up and said, "Yeah, I was running too fast, I went into the curve too fast, and I tipped the truck over." You'd still hit him in the mouth. But you wouldn't fire him. Maybe. But what's amazing is that you never can just face the truth. And one lie always gets to where there's another lie. Isn't that true, Randy? The guy missed the whole road. Well, somebody else made me do it. Isn't it an amazing thing? That he lies about the food. And then he lies about the Lord. He says, "The Lord granted me great success. Yeah, Mom told me, go out there in the herd and get 2 good ones." He uses the Lord to cover up his sin. Steps even farther into what would we call blasphemy. Then he lies again about his identity and about his love. And he comes up with this deceitful kiss. I guess I would rather for somebody to stand right here in front of me and hit me in the mouth than to smile at me and stab me in the back. I'd rather for somebody just to look me square in the face and say, "I can't stand to hear you breathe. I wish you were dead," than to pat you on the back and say, "Oh, I'm there for you." I've talked about my jingle friends before, haven't I? Better move on. Isaac then blesses Jacob with a natural materialistic wealth so important to the people who belong to that land, but he adds this political authority along with it. That all of the nations are going to get blessed through you. And you're going to be a blessing to all nations. And if you find out that those who bless Jacob are going to be blessed, and those who curse Jacob are going to be cursed. And that's true even to today. God never took that away. I got to move on. What about his twin brother, but not identical? Esau. He's a man that's filled with despair. Jacob had a very close call. I mean, he was almost in there with his dad when Esau shows up with the game. Esau's returning in, it seems, from the hunt at the same time that his dad's in there listening to the